White Knight presents Harley Quinn issue 1 finds Harleen reminded how everyone always told her the Joker ruined her and turned her into a monster. But the truth is she knew Jack Napier long before Arkham and fell in love with him, and he didn't ruin her. She ruined him. Years ago, Harley is paying her way through med school by dancing at a gentleman's club when she met Jack, quickly befriending the man, making him laugh, which as Jack says is a hard thing to do, but he reminds her he's just there for her acts, nothing more, as a man bumps into him, spilling Jack's drink on Harley. Jack stands up to the man, who says that she's just a stripper. The man cracks a joke about flat-chested strippers, but Jack isn't laughing, telling him he needs to work on his delivery and to apologize to Harleen. Jack's boss tells him to lighten up, and Harleen tells him that it's fine, but Jack refuses to back down, grabbing his boss's goon and demanding he apologize. Suddenly, Batman crashes through the roof, fighting with the criminals as Jack and Harleen hide beneath the table. Safe under the table, Jack and Harleen get to know each other a little bit more, with Jack knowing the woman has a dark side to her. Harleen says that she doesn't, but Jack tells her to embrace it, since everyone shines brightly in the light, but it takes a really special diamond to shine in the darkness. Leaving his number on a playing card, Jack takes off as Batman pokes his head under the table, wondering where Jack Napier went. Harleen doesn't say anything, causing Batman to tell her to watch out for Napier, since he's a slippery slope. Harleen finishes the story to her children, saying that it was Jack she fell in love with, and that day she met her father was also the day she met their uncle Bruce. Harleen says that Jack was a good man, as she remembers shooting the man, putting the kids to bed. Leaving the room, she steps on a toy soldier, but doesn't make a noise for fear of waking the children. Taking the soldier with her into the kitchen, she stabs it back, listening to the news about a string of murders targeting Gotham's golden age film stars, the newest victim being Lizzie O'Rourke. There's a knock at the door, and Harleen answers it to find Duke Thomas waiting for her, having brought the woman dinner. Heading inside, Duke loves what Harley has done with her trash place, but the woman tells him to be quiet since he just got the kids to sleep. She's happy though that he brought all her favourite foods, but reminds Duke that he doesn't need to keep coming by since she's fine. Duke reminds Harleen that Bruce asked him to check on her once a week. Harleen gives some of the egg rolls Duke brought to her hyenas as her and Duke share the food, revealing that they are worried for the woman. Duke notices all of the past bills and want ads, saying that it's been a few years since Jack died, but Harleen stops the man, wondering if this is really what he came to talk about. Duke says that right or wrong, Azrael changed the city's landscape when he wiped out most of the supervillains, and Batman finished it all when he caught Azrael, making Gotham quiet for 2 years. But that's now all in jeopardy thanks to a new serial killer wanting to open the floodgates again. Harleen wonders what this has to do with her, so Duke reveals the FBI are in town to investigate the high-profile murders, along with a psychologist and criminal profiler named Dr. Hector Quimby, who requested Harleen specifically. Duke knows they need her brain on this, but Harleen reminds him her medical license has been revoked. Duke says that didn't stop her from joining the GTO to go after Azrael, and besides, he knows she needs a job. He tells her to think about it and to look at the crime scene photos, which Duke shows her, noting how the corpses were all painted black and white, like some sick homage to the Stars movies. Suddenly, Duke's phone goes off, causing Harleen to kick him out for fear of waking the children, throwing the pictures out after him along with the last egg roll. Duke knows that Harleen missed him with it, and she yells that she meant to, waking her kids up. Later, Harleen goes to see Bruce in Blackgate, with the hero knowing that it was her again, thanks to the sound of her hyena's dog tags. Harleen says that they're all she has left of Jack, but Bruce reminds her of the twins, making Harley remember since she's still getting used to this life as a mother, revealing that the happiest moments in her life are when Leslie Tompkins babysits the kids and gives her some quiet time. Bruce knows Leslie loves being a surrogate grandmother, as Harley thinks that she's a terrible mother. Bruce tells her that she isn't, but Harleen begs to differ, telling Bruce how at the playground, instead of playing and laughing with her children like the other mothers do, she sits there counting the minutes until it's nap time. She knows that she's missing that specific mother gene and failing motherhood and failing at keeping a job, and her only bat friend has turned himself in and she can't even keep her house clean. She talks to Bruce about Duke asking for help with the Golden Age murders, which Bruce already knows about thanks to him keeping an eye on things from inside the prison. Harleen says that she is intrigued in the murders thanks to their creativity, knowing it's batshit crazy. Harleen knows that even as a good good guy. Getting that close to evil is like walking a tightrope between madness and sanity, and she doesn't want to risk it for her children and hyenas. Bruce knows that she's stronger now, remembering how resourceful she was and how she was the only one who could control Jack's fits, wondering if she misses that girl. Harleen says she does, and that's what's scary to her. Bruce knows Gotham PD needs Harleen, and she now has a safety net in that of him, Duke, Renee, Leslie, and others, and none of them will let her fall again. Duke contacts Harleen, telling her of another murder, so drawing a love heart on Bruce's window, she leaves the prison, heading to the crime scene. Arriving at the scene, Harley meets with Quimby, who finds it a pleasure to meet the woman he wrote his dissertation on. Harleen gets a visitor's badge and heads inside to the crime scene, finding a man tied to a chair, which makes her remember Joker doing the exact same thing to Jason Todd. She learns the man's name is James Turner, an Academy Award-winning actor. Harleen remembers how he won the award for The Jester's Court, Jack's favorite movie. Harley knows that this is a Joker copycat at play, looking at the knots in the rope, calling them clown knots, since it's done to make it look like a clown's face, something Joker would always do to his victims. Duke points out the actor was over 200 pounds and whomever did this drugged him, lifted him into the chair, painted him, and tied him down. Bullock calls the guy a psycho, but Harley knows that no man did this, pointing out a cap made for high heels that was left behind at the scene, knowing it's a custom-made one by a cobbler in Gotham, just like how Jack had custom-made soles for his shoes as well. Renee says she'll get someone to look into it, but Harleen already knows who did this thanks to all the evidence, and there is only one Joker copycat in Gotham. Duke knows she's talking about Neo Joker, knowing they haven't had a lead on her for a while. Harleen leaves, telling the team that she's going to find her. Quimby wants to come with the woman, but Harleen tells him no, donning her old Harley Quinn costume, saying that she works alone. White Knight presents Harley Quinn issue 1 continued the fantastic White Knight universe with a cool murder mystery story set up to bring back Harley Quinn in a big way. Writer Katana Collins drops into the universe quite seamlessly to catch us up on Harley and reveal a little bit more about the woman's backstory with Jack and Joker. As I said in my reviews for the original 2 series, this version of Harley is absolutely my favorite iteration of the character. She's strong, she's smart, and I love the change with how she is and always has been the one in control of the Joker Harley Quinn dynamic, as well as being the White Knight mentioned in the book's title. I'm looking forward to the continuation of this miniseries and where this murder mystery will take Harleen and which dark paths she will take. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.